What is a certification? Take a moment and think about what you consider when purchasing a product or service. Is there a certification you recognize and look for in certain areas? For example, do you try to purchase fair trade or organic produce? Certifications are a system of verifying the credence attributes of a product or service. This is an attribute that is not readily apparent. It's important to distinguish certifications, such as organic or fair trade, from ratings or rankings, which simply reflect a subjective assessment of quality, and standards or frameworks, which provide guidelines for measuring and reporting information. Although third-party certifications are based on clear standards, simply meeting those standards does not ensure certification without a review by a verification body. There are three main types of certifications. First party, which is a claim by the company itself. Second party, which is typically set up and verified by an industry or buyer group. And third party, established and verified by an independent organization. First party certifications include claims like eco-friendly or made in the USA, which really have no standard meaning or system of verification. Third-party certifications have publicly available standards and independent verification, such as the Forest Stewardship Council, a sustainable wood product certification established by a global consortium including a number of environmental nonprofits. I list the Sustainable Forestry Initiative, or SFI, as a second-party certification here, even though it is technically an independent nonprofit. However, it was set up and funded by the forestry industry, undermining its claim to true independence. Although the SFI was established as a less rigorous alternative to FSC certification, it has not yet been adopted by major standards such as the LEED Green Building certification. The controversy over SFI continues, and a number of consumer groups and environmental organizations fall on both sides of the issue. The debate over SFI illustrates one of the challenges inherent in certification. The danger with self-certification, or industry certification, is that consumers may perceive your brand as greenwashing, making false, unverifiable, or simply exaggerated claims about sustainability. This can often result in a worse backlash than products that make no claims to their sustainability. Third-party certifications typically have a standard-setting body separate from the certifying agent or agency. The process of certification often looks something like the following. Standards are established, usually with stakeholder involvement and feedback, for example by the U.S. Department of Agriculture when it responded to consumer and producer demand for organic certification. Certifiers are then accredited by that standard-setting body, for example, OregonTilth. The accredited certifier verifies that an organization, product, or service meets standards through site visits and document review, then awards certification. There are a huge number of certifications, from those that apply to an entire organization, such as the Triple Bottom Line B Corp certification, or Environmental Management Systems ISO 14001 certification, to those for food, buildings, or consumer products. Here I've listed just a few that you may already be familiar with, but I suggest that you research the certifications available for your product, service, or industry. Why certify? Are certain certifications important to your customers, funders, donors, or other stakeholders? Minority, women, or emerging small business certification is important for government contracts and can be a valuable certification for businesses owned by a woman or person of color. Organic, GMO-free, or fair trade certifications may be highly desirable for food products targeting certain customer segments. Can the certification process help you improve your business practices? Food Alliance and B Corp certification focus on operations and process improvement. Even if you don't complete the certification, simply reading through the standards and selecting a few for adoption can make your business more sustainable and often more efficient as well. So why wouldn't you pursue certification? Consider the price of certification. The cost may be more than it's worth to your business. Be careful of greenwashing. Less rigorous certifications, or those not verified by a third party, may result in consumer suspicion or even boycotts. or available certifications may not align well with your mission or model. Here are some next steps to follow if you're considering pursuing a certification. Find out which certifications are most important to your customers, including donors and funders, through research and interviews. Research the standards used by those certifications and make a list of which ones you've adopted, can easily adopt, or may adopt in the future. This will help you gain an idea of how difficult certification might be to prepare for a future certification and to implement industry best practices. To recap, certifications are not the same as ratings or standards. Third-party certifications tend to be the most rigorous. Make certain to find out which certifications your customers really value. And you don't have to receive a certification to adopt many of the standards or best practices they require. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you online.